Arena Breakout is a hardcore realistic FPS mobile game, and when I say that it's realistic, trust me, it is. You can break your legs, bleed out, and become hungry and dehydrated, which really blows my mind because I haven't tried a game like AB in my whole life. In the past, I personally don't like games that require a lot of waiting and rather would play something that could keep me at the edge of my seat. Arena Breakout changed that for me. I instantly got hooked. A couple of months ago during its beta test, I told my friend Cisco to try out this new game so we can try something refreshing. He said no because he was still busy competing in COD Mobile, but now that he's retired and with Season 2 dropping, he finally gave it a shot and wanted to try something new. Since I had a bit of experience from playing the closed beta test with Image and Mackie from last year, I offered Cisco to help him learn the game faster. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Cisco had a hard time adjusting as his COD Mobile habits always got him killed. I have many friends from COD Mobile who recently installed the game and die a lot since they are still currently in the learning phase, so I figured that I make this guide to help COD Mobile players out there who are trying the game right now and to those who want to give this game a shot. I'd like to thank Arena Breakout again for sponsoring today's video. In Arena Breakout, there's a lean mechanic similar to Rainbow Six Siege, PUBG, and Ready or Not, which Call of Duty doesn't have in general. This allows you to peek left or right while behind cover and objects, helping you look around without exposing your whole body. I noticed that most of my friends would not use the lean button at all because they find it too complicated to use, so they just aim down sights and fire at their targets while completely exposing themselves from head to toe. So, don't be like them. Always find cover you can work with and lean left or right to take minimal damage in a fight. If you're having a hard time to lean, ADS and shoot. Go to settings, basic settings, scroll down and find auto ADS while peeking. Once enabled, you can now directly aim down sights whenever you lean left or right. Very handy, right? Leaning creates a huge impact to your gameplay with little effort to do so, and this is the perfect sign for you to start doing it. The perfect example for this is Cisco.
My mission was updated. Oh, they're needing.
Yo, don't get too close. Bro,
Yeah,
you're making noise, right? By strafing?
As you can see in this clip, I told Cisco to stay still because he's making unnecessary movements, giving away free sound prints, aka info, to the player near the boxes. We should have been dead by now if the enemy had grenades on him, but thankfully he doesn't have any, so we get to live another day. Remember that every single step that you make inside a game creates a sound for enemies to hear and see through sound prints. You can disable this by pressing the creep button. This allows you to walk without showing any sound prints to your enemy's screen. Just keep in mind that players can still hear you if they listen closely, especially if they have an expensive earpiece like the GS2. Like I said, Arena Breakout is a hardcore realistic FPS game, so you need to consider things like your weight, speed, and stamina, which creates a huge impact to your performance. We don't have the perks like lightweight, quick fix, and dead silence to help us out, so you don't always have to be the aggressor in every fight that you find yourself in, as sometimes the odds may be stacked against you.
My name went back.
Oh! Chill out, take a step back, and plan out your next move carefully, as one small mistake can cost you everything. Utilize creeping as much as you can or don't move at all to gather the info that you need, and once you find the perfect opportunity to push, go all out like it's a normal day in the office. I won't lie, this is one of the many mistakes that me and my friends made when we first started playing the game. We would spray the moment we see something that's alive and moving, scavs or not. This habit cost us a lot of coins just to replenish our ammo in the storage and bring some of it to our raids. Yes, COD Mobile also has limited amount of reserve ammo for players as well, but we have to keep in mind that we can reload as much as we want with an empty mag or not, because number 1, all the ammo you're using is free. Number 2, you don't have to worry about the gear you're using when you die. And number 3, it's a totally different game. That's why you have to manage your ammo you bring during your raids by having 1 or 2 extra mags and a couple of stacks of reserve ammo, depending on which weapon and which ammo type you're using. Always go for head taps whenever you're killing scabs if you can, and make your shots count, especially if you're in a tight budget, as this is the most efficient way of killing enemies without wasting too much ammo and coin. A way to track your remaining ammo is by pressing the mag check button. This will help you know how much estimated ammo is left in your current mag to work with. Before you say something in the comments, first of all, I'm not saying it's bad. It's obviously the best choice for close range fights, especially if you're indoors. But here's the thing, you won't be indoors all the time. The red dot sight is arguably the most popular optic attachment in every Call of Duty title. It gives you a better view when you ADS and helps you stay track of your target easier if you don't like the iron sights of the weapon you're using. Of course, the same thing applies in Arena Breakout, and there's a lot of varieties to choose from. If you don't have enough money to buy one from the market, you can modify your own iron sights by customizing your front and rear sights to your liking in the gunsmith section. It sounds so perfect, right? But let me tell you why it's not. Arena Breakout has bigger maps than the multiplayer map pool of COD Mobile, so you have to watch out for a lot of things like hills, trees, buildings, houses, fields, and more. Need recommendations? Feel free to use my personal favorites right here. I also use these ones if I'm on a budget. If the zoom values are too much for you, don't worry. If you don't have any hybrid scopes where you can switch from 3x back to 1x like this, you can also attach inclined scopes on certain weapons like the M4 for example, where you can have an additional scope or sight at the side rail of your weapon. I still use red dot sights when I'm running Vector 9 or MP5 with dum-dum rounds since it performs best at close range, but we'll save that for another video. If you're curious about the exact build and which 1x optic I use, then let me know down in the comments below. When I hear the word COD Mobile, the first thing that pops on my mind is chaos, light cancelling, and of course, the players who spam knife switching. And to the one who's watching right now, yes, you. I know you've done it before and it's possible that you still do it to this day. I'm watching you. Okay, back to the video. There are several reasons why knife switching is bad for you. I've probably discussed this topic in my channel a couple of times now, and if it's not good in COD Mobile, then you're right, it's worse in Arena Breakout. By the time this video has been uploaded, Season 2 is already out, and the devs made a couple of changes with the melees. You can now pull out your knife while on the move, similar to COD Mobile, and the running animation while holding a melee weapon has been changed, which is way better compared to what we had during Season 1. The good news is, I can finally equip my beautiful melee skin and hold it with style. How about the bad news? Well, this still doesn't change the fact that melee switching may hurt you more than help you. Switching to your knife, especially with the skin, gives away a rustling sound which is already a no in my book. Not only that, your primary weapon takes a bit of time to fully switch back and fire, and this is how Maki died a lot during the closed beta test. Don't be like Maki. Knife switching is fine, especially if you want to adore your newly purchased skin and see its cool animations. Just make sure that you're clear enough to do so and try not to overdo it. Although I want to make it clear enough that you're missing out on Season 2 of Arena Breakout. As a matter of fact, let me share you my current builds for some of the new guns in the game that you can play for free right now if you click the link down in the description. Here's my AEK build, and here's my Ace 31 build. Share me your builds down in the comments below, and once again, thanks to Arena Breakout for sponsoring today's video.